I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Yo, what is going on? Happy Monday, y'all. Not a bad way to start the week. Got an old Iron Maiden Pro in the back seat. Pretty freaking stoked about this one. The story on this is that my buddy Ray bought it at a show. Might have been Allentown or Expo or something, and had ordered it from, I think, Marco. They, it was brand new in the box. They opened it up, they put it on the showroom floor, they let people play it for the weekend, and then you get a slight discount. And so it is, new in the box when Ray bought it, technically. He's operated it for many years. It's been around. This was at this historical bar downtown London, Ontario called the Richmond. It's been there for, I don't know, a few years now, I think. And I just found out, Ray was guessing there might be a few thousand plays on it, but there is about 7,500 plays on it lifetime. So, it's well loved, but the thing is in still really nice shape. I just kind of scrutinized it briefly when I was there picking it up, and very minimal wear and tear from what I saw initially. I mean, I didn't really actually look too close at the shooter lane or the out hole, but playfield wise, it's nice. Cabinet's nice. There's a couple little dings and dongs here and there, but overall it's in nice shape. And I have a friggin' Iron Maiden Pro, so I'm very excited about it. Now that these older Spike 2 games are finally, been around for a while, they're starting to kind of come available on the market a little more often than the newer shiny games. So starting to be able to get me a few LCD games here and there, because it took me forever to get my first LCD game. I just didn't want to buy one new in the box, and I didn't want to pay close to new price for a used one. So I just waited for years until they finally started hitting the market at a fair used price. And I think my first one was Mandalorian that I got from Julie. And then I think it was Stranger Things from Sean. And then it was Avengers Infinity Quest from Adam Hewer. And then I splurged and bought Batman 66 off Ben Benedict. And then I bought the Guardians of the Galaxy off of a couple recently. And now Iron Maiden off of Ray. So 3 of these LCD games came from close friends. So interesting how that all works. But yeah, very excited to have this game. And I'm going to give it a shop job and a clean up and a wipe down, and some new rubber posts, maybe some different colors, like, I don't know, yellow or red or whatever suits the playfield. Flipper rubbers, whatnot. Spruce it up a little bit. It's clean. It's pretty nice shape overall, but it needs a good going over, and just spruce it up, rebuild the flippers, give it some new coil stops and sleeves and all that kind of good stuff. So, and then maybe have Ray come over on Friday and we'll give her a go. And I should be able to pull that off. It's only Monday, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, Eddie is coming home with me. It is a good Monday. All right, this is the Iron Maiden I picked up yesterday and got in the basement today. So the goal is to kind of shop this guy up, clean it up, and set it up. It's in pretty good shape overall. I think Ray said it had 7,500 plays, and I looked at it when it was at the bar, and it looked to be in good shape, but it's gonna need a little bit of love. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some drip marks from some spillage of some sort. Let's turn off the flash. Maybe it'll show better there. So yeah, nothing major, but I'm going to give the whole cabinet a wipe down. This was pretty dusty. Jamie Swiffered it when it was upstairs, but I'll give that a more thorough wipe down. Gonna need me some custom apron cards. But yeah, the goal is to just start by wiping off the exterior completely with a damp cloth. That dust is kind of caked on there. And then we can get into the playfield and what needs to be done with that. Freshen up some rubbers, novice the playfield, rebuild the flippers, all that good stuff. It's a little bit of a whammy here in Eddie's cheek, but almost matches the artwork, so it actually doesn't look that bad. A little bit of scuffage there, probably from bringing it down the stairs maybe. But yeah, so excited to have this game. I guess is that my second Keith Elwin game, because the Avengers Infinity Quest, but it wasn't my favorite game. Didn't last all that long. All the rules about placing the stones hurt my brain. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. February 2, 2018. Yeah, this is a very early build. And it doesn't have Insider connected, but that's okay. So yeah, I guess I just gotta get friggin' organized here. I'm still working on theater. I'm still waiting on my Titan rubbers, so I can't really progress too much until they show up. So this will keep me busy for a bit. I'm hoping I can pull this shop job off tonight in one session, but you never know what you run into. So I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna do this and get organized and get cracking. All right, here's where I am at. I have wiped down pretty much every square inch of the cabinet. Top here, the back, the head, the body, the corners, and as you can see, it's in pretty damn good shape. There's a couple little scuffs here and there. Wiped down this area. This corner was kind of coming up just a smidge, so I took a toothpick and jammed in some wood glue. So that seems happier now. And it's a little bit of scuffage on the back. So I did do some minor touch-ups with some black just to make it look a little bit better. It's the butt end of the machine. Nobody really cares, but I'm here, so I might as well do a couple minor touch-ups on the buttocks there. But yep, side art is looking good. And I'm happy with how that turned out. Did I already do the front? Yeah. The drips are gone. The start button was a little mucky. Flipper buttons were a little mucky around there. After 8,000 plays or so, yeah, no surprise. But I was wondering also if this kind of like glue bleeding through type look was on purpose or accident. Turns out that is actually on purpose, and that shows up in some other areas of the art as well. So it's actually not some adhesive bleeding through, which I thought it might be initially, but yeah, you can kind of see here, same kind of thing. In the old Atari 2600 cartridges, especially the Activision ones, that kind of effect would happen. It was called plaquing, and I thought that might have been what was going on there, but 'tis not. So hopefully I have enough space or height to lift up the back box, and I think I can just maybe put a table right here temporarily so I can remove whatever parts needed to shop up this playfield. So that's sort of my plan of attack here. Maybe push this back even a little bit further. But yeah, time to inspect the playfield. But before we go ahead and do that, let's see what I got in the goodie bag here. This is what I got from Joe Cherubino at the Pinball Degenerate Award show for answering a trivia question. I thought initially I was winning a like cider alcohol prize packagey thing, but then it turned out it was a t-shirt. Then it turned into 2 t-shirts, and then it turned into 2 t-shirts and some couple other miscellaneous things. So let's see what we got in here. So this is all from Tilt Amusements. There's one in London, there's one in Toronto. That is run by Evan Oswald and crew. So thank you, Evan, and Joe for help sponsoring the event and allowing it to happen at the Tilt Toronto arcade. Here we go. There's the other thing. Tilt Toronto pin. That's pretty sweet. And let's see the design of these shirts. I think I asked for large, and it's looking like that was the right choice. I feel like this is going to fit okay. All right, I see a bicycle, a motorcycle. Oh, Z80. Okay, that's Evan's other arcade. He's actually got a few. So, Z80 bike. Not really sure, honestly, how that is pertaining to pinball per se. Maybe someone can inform me if that is a pinball reference at all, or that is, maybe it's arcade reference, because it is not just pinball. So that's pretty sweet. It feels like a nice shirt. Then I think he said the other shirt is kind of like more spaceshipy theme or something. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, it's like Star Wars, one of those spaceshipy type dudes. Jet fighter? No, what are they called? Tri-wing, bi-wing, quad wing. That's pretty cool. So it's got kind of like a vector art with the Tilt logo in the middle. There we go. That's a nice shirt. It is, I'd say, more arcadey theme than it is pinball, but nonetheless, pretty sweet prizes there. Thanks again, Joe. Much appreciated. Even 2 different colors, actually. It's like a dark gray and a dark blue. So that's what's in the prize bag. I think it came to me. Isn't it a TIE fighter? Is that what that is? Like Stern Star Wars TIE fighter on a spring? Anyway, there you go. All right, I have popped the hood, done some more wiping down of the back box and stuff, but oh, what do we got here? That is a piece of a flipper. Oh, and that might be for an old lock. There's a lock washer, probably belongs to that. And another screw, finding some more bits and bites in here. So I forgot that Ray installed a shaker motor. He did mention this to me, but I just forgot. And that means I believe that this machine is going to want a capacitor kit for that, which I just experienced in my Batman 66, because it would cause random slam tilt issues, but he never mentioned anything about that, so I'm guessing that it's okay, but I may just grab one just for good measure. And also, it really probably is going to require a capacitor kit for that node board and maybe this node board. I put this in a different position than other machines, I believe. Well, look at all these LED boards, just not enough space. But I think this is node board 8 and or 9, and that's 8 and or 9. But they're in different positions than what I'm used to from like Ghostbusters and Batman 66, etc. Anyway, also, we've got mirror blades. He did mention that to me too, but I kind of forgot about that. Then we've got the original goodie bag. Look at this. We've got promo plastics, decals, apron cards, I'm definitely going to have to get into that. Spare slingshot plastics, lane guides. We've got the manual and stuff. Here's the bit about node boards. Here we go. Node 8 is up there, and node 9 is down there. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Those probably are going to require capacitor kits as well, just for good measure. So one of these flippers is missing this piece. It's 4 flipper game. That guy there. And it looks like this guy is missing that piece. Now what does that piece do? Oh, it closes or opens the end of stroke switch. So no opening of end of stroke switch going on this flipper. But from what I understand, the end of stroke switch is a little bit redundant on these newer machines. So that's probably why nothing bad has happened to the coil or the transistor. So I will probably add a new one back in and refurb these flippers just for my own sanity. But yeah, I think what I'll do is see what else is back there. Hopefully not too much. Give it a wipe down and a vacuum and see if I can find out where this screw belongs. All right, I just spent some time vacuuming and wiping down the cabinet on the inside, and it turned out pretty darn good. Much better. It had quite the layer of dust, but that is all now remedied. For whatever reason, the screw there for the mirror blade was halfway out and kind of flopping around, but tighten that up. Maybe the shaker motor like vibrated it out of place. Don't really have any other explanation, but starting to clean up the mirror blades where I can access them. And it's always fun trying to video mirrors. How do you like that? Anyway, I'll do a better job of that once the Playfield is down and in place. So I think I'm pretty much done with the cabinet. Wipe down the receiver bar area. This is definitely the best time to service anything underneath the Playfield now that I can prop it up completely, which is a rare thing in my basement. So, you know, rebuilding flippers, now would be the best time to do that. But I think I'm going to start with the Playfield because it's more fun. All right. Is this blasphemous? Removing the goodie bag? It's a thing where people just leave it there and then they just, you know, whenever they go to sell it, they're like, it still has the original goodie bag stapled to the inside of the cabinet. Like it adds some extra level of value or something, but I ain't afraid no goodie bag. Who gets to keep the goodie bag? The person who busts it open the first time and keeps it. So that's going to be me. I don't know where that zip tie came from. Oh, yeah, that was actually from Batman 66 cap kit. So I will yoink from this pile what I want, and then I will put whatever I don't want back in the machine. So like this, for example, that's coming with me. Extra slingshot plastics, depending on the condition of mine, will go with the machine or not when it ever gets sold. But I'm planning on keeping this guy for a while. Here we go. Awesome promo plastic set. That's all staying with me. Another slingshot set, and then 2 set of lane guide plastics. And then we got all these stickers. Ooh, there's a big one in there. What is that all about? Is that promo, or is that actually go on the Playfield somewhere? These are pretty cool in and of themselves. Little pinball. But what is this big one all about? Come on there. Oh, okay. That would be for like, I think the mummy area. So, alright, well, that's what's in the goodie bag. Some cool stuff that I'm definitely keeping. Alright, time to have a look at the Playfield here. So my slingshot plastics are in perfect shape. Lane guides appear to be the same, so I don't think I need to replace those. Ray's done a good job keeping this thing pretty clean for operating for operating it as long as he has. The shooter lane, not bad. That'll clean up okay. Not bad at all. What about the out hole? It's usually where there's some chippage. Where's your hole, Eddie? Oh, there you are. Yeah, that looks like fine. That'll clean up too. I'll change out some flipper rubbers for some fun colors, slingshot rubbers, all these posts there. Everything's gonna need a tightening, that's for sure. Look at that. This thing's rattled loose over 8,000 plays, so I'll have to, I'm gonna strip it right down. Yeah, I think, you know, it's not overly complicated. There's a little bit of wear back here where the ball, I guess, you know, shoot the inner loop shot and it launches up and drops onto the playfield here. And this is, I guess, the area where when you shoot up this ramp, it banks off this. Oh yeah, there's where that decal goes. Whoa, I'm moving the whole thing on the cart here. And then drops down and lands there and causes a little bit of stuff, but that's on Mylar, so I could potentially replace that Mylar. And, you know, small ball trails, nothing major. So, you can't really put white rubber on this machine. I just don't think it would look good. You gotta go with black or translucent. I have some black. I don't have any translucent, not enough to do the machine. But look, everything is loose. So that's gotta go. All right, well, I should actually turn this on and we can take a peek at what code this is on as well. See if it's gonna need a code update. But yeah, the mirror blades are looking pretty good. Look at that. I didn't even clean the middle area just yet. But mirror blades on this machine look pretty killer. Just reflects the whole art of the playfield right back at you. Very nice. Okay, I'll be back. This rubber was like falling off completely. So I just double-sided taped it up and seems to be okay. This one's a little bit loose, but I don't know, that might be okay. Anyway, I've got it plugged in. So let's fire it on. See if it works. Occasionally you move one of these Spike 2 games from point A to point B and it dies in the process. It happened. Right, Henry Mastinardi? You remember that when I sold you my Ghostbusters. Played a farewell game in my basement. He picked it up shortly after, set it up at his place, and node board failure. So let's hope I don't have one of these. And let's keep an eye on the code. I'd like to see 1.12. Okay. Startup in progress. That's pretty psychedelic way to start the display animation there. MDD, who is that? It's not Mike Dimas, I can tell you that much. This is the crew down at the Richmond, the regulars, I'm sure. All right, how are we looking? I think we're working. Okay, I don't have any balls in here yet. But what did I say, 1.12 code. So I'll have a look at that. Translate, looks good. Art looks incredible. Pretty sure this is Zombie Yeti. That is pretty friggin' sweet. Is the rest of it like, yeah, it's all Egyptian theme. Got the mummies and the ancient gods and sarcophagi and all that good stuff. I like the Egyptian theme. There's an Eddie character there. I don't know who that is. Look at this art though. Look at that. This is awesome. I haven't really taken the time to study the art here. It's like it's Raw maybe, is that one of the dudes? The what's the other one I'm trying to think of? That guy there. I can't remember the name right now. it'll come to me. Look at this artwork here. Carries on to the Playfield, I think. This hand here. Or no, maybe that's not true. But yeah, there's a hand reaching out to grab your ball from the out lane. Eddie lives, and same over here. Got a ace of spades that has a red spade. Wonder what that means. Anyway, I could stare at this art for a while. Sand Dune Nightclub and Grill. Walter. What does that say? Walter Bay? A play on Walter Day or something? Walter Bar? So yeah, it looks pretty darn good. I mean, if you get really scrutinous, you can see a little bit of dirt under the mylar edge there, but you know, I can overlook that. So I'll check on the code, and then I think I'm just gonna start stripping this Playfield down. Okay, here's where I'm at. I removed some stuff and kind of just going section by section here, like this whole guy, some new colored posts, this guy, some new colored posts. You gotta tighten everything from underneath. Every single post is loose, so one at a time I am making that happen. The code is definitely a little bit old. Well, I think it's like one code update behind, so probably just the addition of all the fun Stern commercials. So I'm starting to clean the Playfield, and I'm realizing that, you know, it's a little dirtier than I thought, because it's cleaning up pretty darn well using the old Novus 2. So you can see it's a little nasty, but that is cleaning up nicely. So I'm gonna kind of do this, I guess, quadrant here, and then I'm gonna try and update the code at the same time, because I've downloaded it over on my laptop over there, and it's ready to go. So I can kill two birds with one stone. Okay, I've been going at it for about an hour at least, and I'm making some good progress, starting to reassemble things for all the lamp sockets and switches. I dremeled them all clean, and all these bulbs were flaky, so now they are not. And Playfield has been cleaned all the way up to about halfway point here. All the plastics are cleaned up. Starting to reassemble now. Oh, new rubber for the slingshots, new rubber here. I'll be putting on new flipper rubbers. Probably gonna go with black for now. Shooter lane is cleaned up as best as I could get it for now. But yeah, basically from here down is pretty much done. Every single post pretty much needed to be tightened, mostly from up top. All these orange post ones had to be done from underneath. Cleaned up the pop bumpers. Let's have a closer look. The skirts, the bodies. Yeah, it looks like I did pretty good there. I did this ramp, took off this plastic, and so I basically have this section left to go. Okay, moving along. I normally take parts right off of the Playfield, but in this case with this ramp, I'm gonna get away with just tucking it aside, as well as this plastic here, in order to get to the back corner to clean all that up. This is especially filthy parts, but everything's cleaning up pretty nicely. I'm liking my orange posts throughout. Added another 1, 2, 3, and somewhere here's another guy, 4. Then there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I still have maybe one more to go, but every single one of these style posts is loose. But you know, that's what happens when you bang a ball around a Playfield for 15,000 times or more. Actually, it'd be closer to like 25,000 balls. 7,500 games times 3, you know? That's a lot of balls. Anyway, I'm going to continue cleaning up here, making some good progress. Hopefully I can finish this off within the hour-ish, and then I can wrap it up for the night. And also, the code has been updated. Okay, I just got the wire forms to go and flipper rubbers. But I think I might be done. Unless you see something that I missed, then let me know. Pretty sure I cleaned pretty much every square inch. I didn't remove this ramp or these plastics and clean under there, but look at that. We got a general illumination bulb that is not lit up. I can attack that from the underside though. Clean the back plastics everywhere back here. I may need to touch up the mirror blades if I got Novus on them. No, they look pretty good. Maybe some of the targets. Spinner decal, is that dirty or is that just the art? I don't know, it's looking pretty good. So I got one bulb to deal with, 4 flipper rubbers. Is there a magnet in this game? Is this a magnet? No. So that means I could put in any kind of ball I want. Yeah, I don't think there's a magnet. I'm not so sure if this switch, I'm gonna have to test that. It's kind of just testing it manually, like it seemed like the gate had to open quite a bit for it to register, so I gotta check on that. That is a loop jackpot. So if I think I'm getting a loop jackpot and it doesn't register, then I know. So here is the old rubber graveyard. All that's been changed out. I happen to have enough orange posts, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, so I should throw in some new balls. What is this? A 6-ball game. I think I have some. I think I have 6. I'll have to have a look. Oh, I was going to clean under the apron. I never did that. So, a few more things to do, but let's have a look from the top. New code. Everything cleaned. Mirror blades and shaker motor action. All orange clippy posts. And some new rubbers and some new apron cards. I need to get me some of those. So, well, and another flaky bulb. I'll deal with that too. I'll be back. Alright, apron removed. Might be the first time ever. Not sure if Ray's done that before or not. There's not really a need to when you're just operating a game. So, it's cleaning up nicely. And then I can access this zone a little bit better too. But yeah, that's kind of like the after. Working on newer games is less crusty and rusty, musty. Holy shit, why is that even happening? You would think that the coin door being open would prevent that from happening. That almost took out my finger. That's weird, because like slingshots aren't working, pop bumpers aren't working. Maybe some metal's touching some metal there, or for whatever reason you can fire that off with the coin door open. A little strange. Anyway, that bulb seems to be working now, and I think there was something else that I was supposed to do. I forgot already. Oh well. Oh yeah, coin door light. That's not so flaky anymore. There we go. All right, I think that's a wrap for the night. Pretty good dent in this shop job here. I think I was around somewhere 4 or 5 hours worth of cleaning and whatnot. I did put on new flipper rubbers and clean the flipper bats as best as I could for the 3 full-size flippers. I don't think I have a small flipper rubber. That's a very specific stern size, and usually the tip of that flipper is a little chewy, so I think Ray must have changed that at one point in time. So that one is sufficient. Everything's clean. The wire forms are back on. Mirror blades are looking sharp. Orange posts are looking good. And I'm pretty happy with how it all came out. Tightened up 100 posts and nuts and screws and bolts. Updated the code. Cleaned the outside of the cabinet. And I guess next episode, if there is one, it may not be all that exciting, but probably be me dealing with the underside of the playfield. Some more tightening and dealing with all the flippers. Trying to find where the miscellaneous other bits go and why they are in the bottom of the cabinet and not on the machine. So I know that's the flipper. I think that might be an old lock. This one I haven't figured out yet. Oh yeah, and I found this in the speaker, a lock washer, and this, I have no idea where that came from, if that even came from the machine. I found it on the floor. It doesn't look pinball related, but then I've got to hang up some new promo plastics. I gotta find spots for these guys. But yeah, I think it's, what, Tuesday? I've got some time, maybe tomorrow, if not Thursday. Then I can have this set up for some Friday night pin beer action. Here we go. Thanks, Ray, for the Iron Maiden. I am stoked to play it.